Hi, I'm Michaela, and this week I'm asking how can we use digital technologies to assist or support us in lesson and unit planning in the classroom? So the first thing I'm going to look at is why lesson planning is important. So much of learning happens naturally. Kids learn just from experience. They don't need to be taught. And one of our jobs as teachers is really to provide opportunities for students to learn naturally and provide an environment where they're safe to do that. But there are curriculum standards and curriculum expectations that we need to help our students meet. In order to do that, we need to be planning our lessons. We need to be planning to meet these expectations. While we're teaching, we need to be scaffolding, which means we're building on kids' previous knowledge. So it means it needs to be a conscious process on our part as teachers. We need to be thinking about what our students already know and what we can plan to teach them next in order to keep that ladder kind of going up. In order to meet these curriculum expectations, we need to have structure in our lessons in some way, whether that is super regimented. That might not necessarily be the best way to teach certain things, but we need to know what our goal is, and we need to provide some kind of structure so that our students can set their own goals and we can help set goals for ourselves as well. Otherwise, we're kind of teaching or learning with no really direction, and that can often lead to distractions and not really actually learning that much. So planning for learning is super important. Technology, especially digital technologies, can be a really valuable resource for planning for learning. So the reason why technology can be valuable is that, say we're using the internet. Rather than only having our network of teachers within our school or people that we know closely, we all of a sudden have virtually every teacher on the globe can be connected with each other and can be networking and sharing ideas. So there's hundreds of more contributors, not just our partner teacher or the other grade 3 teachers in our school or things like that. So there's hundreds of more ideas just out there, and way more teachers giving input and feedback on what works, what doesn't work, how we could adapt different things in ways that we might not have thought of or for different students. So that's really valuable, just having that many more people that we can be involved with. So all those ideas can be shared way more easily than ever before. That also means that not only can teachers share ideas, but they can also support each other. So they can communicate with each other, they can share ideas, they can ask questions, they can ask for help, which is really important to be able to do as an educator, because you don't know everything. It also means that the same idea doesn't have to be invented 500 times. One person can come up with an idea, and then other people can use that idea as well. Or with resources, one person can create a resource, and a bunch of other teachers can use that resource. That means we're saving a lot of time in coming up with ideas or creating resources, whether it's worksheets or assignments or whatever, and we're actually putting that time and effort into connecting with our students or making really unique learning experiences rather than kind of coming up with, just as they say, inventing the wheel over again. We don't need to do that. That's not to say that we shouldn't be coming up with unique ideas, but it does give us a lot more time and options. So there's a lot of different technology that we can use for lesson planning. Something that I really like to look at are other teachers' blogs. I think the fact that other teachers have first-hand experience, they're testing these things in the classroom, I think that's super valuable. They tell you what works, what doesn't, they would do different next time, things like that. Pinterest, I love Pinterest, but I think that it really is a valuable resource. There's hundreds of ideas and links to other blogs or other resources, and it's a really easy and quick way to get your ideas out there and to even keep track of cool ideas that you find or things that you think would work. It's a way to keep things organized and together so that you can go back to them and you're not trying to think, oh, what was that idea? You can just look at a board on Pinterest. There are really some resources that are created specifically for this, like the CORE, which is the Collaborative Online Resource Environment. So teachers from all across Alberta contribute their different resources, and it links you to different resources and classroom ideas. Learn Alberta has some similar things where they give you resources and links to other places that you can get ideas from. So those are really good. They're structured, their intended use is helping teachers plan for learning. Using social media, Twitter, Skype, those kind of things, that can help you connect with other teachers, communicate with other teachers, which can be really valuable. You can be talking to teachers that maybe you knew in university and now work across the country or things like that. You can stay connected with people and connect with new people and share ideas and question and challenge each other, all sorts of things like that. So that's really valuable. And then even different organizations for youth put out a lot of things for teachers. So We Day puts out lessons that you can use in the classroom or things you can do or incorporate into your teaching to help contextualize some things that other youth are experiencing, or maybe your students will experience if they're going to participate in an event like that or something. Journey 2050 is a really cool event sort of thing that's happening in Calgary in connection with Agrium, and they're looking at agriculture globally and sustainability and things like that. So it's an event that kids in classrooms can actually go to, but they can also go online and be involved in all these activities that help understand these same concepts. So teachers can plan from those resources, using them kind of as a jumping point, or use them specifically in their lessons. There's also a lot of really awesome apps out there that can help not necessarily with the specific content of a lesson, but just staying organized and planning. So using things like Dropbox makes it a lot easier to move files and ideas. Evernote keeps you organized and with your emails and moving files, all that. Apps for sticky notes, so you can have sticky notes all over your screen on your iPad or your computer. That's just whatever spur of the moment ideas that you think of, you can throw up there. It's not a piece of paper that's going to get lost in the car or in the classroom or whatever. It's on your screen and you can go back to that, or it can be a reminder. And then there's all sorts of planning apps or iCalendar, things like that, that can just help you organize what you're doing, structure what you're doing, look at either a day picture, a week picture, or a month picture of what you're doing with your lessons, where you're going, are you meeting your goals. They can really help with things like that. So there's tons of resources, and I think we're really lucky right now with how much we can use digital technology to help us in planning for learning. And the longer that the internet is available and other technologies are available, the more ideas that are going to get out there. So I think it's really great. If you have any other ideas for how we can use technology to assist teachers with planning for learning, or even if you know of any really neat apps or websites, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about them. Thanks for watching.